should feel, how I should think, my memories. Like, my memories are mine, right? So I wanted to do some seeds of flourishing notes that I've been taking, and just share with you guys what learned helplessness is, how it relates to me, how it relates to our culture of trauma and trauma healing. So with Seeds of Flourishing, that was 1964, the science of building well-being did not exist. However, there was a science focus on reducing misery. In 1964 and 1965, Stephen Mayer, Bruce Overmeyer, and Dr. Martin Seligman discovered the phenomenon called learned helplessness. In this study, dogs and rats were divided into 3 groups. The first group received a mild to moderate electric shock, which was inescapable and lasted about 5 seconds. The second group received exactly the same shock, but every time the dogs passed or pressed on a panel with its nose, the shock went off, so it could do something about the shock. The third group got nothing. After 24 hours, all 3 groups were taken to a shuttle box. The animals were supposed to jump over a small barrier to get out of the shock. The results showed that animals who had prior inescapable shock just lay there and they did not do anything. However, animals who had exactly the same shock but had learned to turn it off with their nose jumped over the barrier, never got the shock again. Animals who received no shock at all also jumped over the barrier. The study concluded with the crucial ingredient in reducing misery is how much control you have over bad events in your life. If you have control, you behave normally. If you have bad events but can't do anything about them, you collapse and fail to escape and learn. The researchers then began to wonder what makes some people immune from helplessness and what makes others sensitive to bad events that they become helpless no matter what. They looked at a personality trait and found that there were 3 dimensions of thinking about bad events that constituted vulnerability or protection from helplessness. The first dimension is when a bad event occurs to you, do you think it's temporary or permanent? The second dimension is when a bad event occurs, or are they persuasive or just this one situation? The third dimension is, do you believe bad events are controllable or uncontrollable? The researchers developed a personality test from this of optimism and pessimism, and found that it was the optimist who didn't become helpless and the pessimist who just sat there no matter what they did. So pretty much, guys, being a catastrophizer or a pessimist was a major risk factor for becoming helpless in this study, while being an optimist was a major protective factor.
Give me a moment to be sincere. Feeling this way since top of the year. Lately we've been real unsure, unclear. Is it just me? Where do you go when you disappear? Tell me your secrets, you got my ear.